So at the end of this video, you'll be able to know that, sorry, I'll be able to tell you that, okay, at the end of this video, after your registration, you should be able to get 7 documents. Give me 7 documents. So guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. I know this has been long awaited. Yeah, nanny, this has been long awaited, but then I had to put a note because I actually realized that somehow it is not so easy to actually recruit nannies from Nigeria, and that's because they are not doing it the right way. So I had to make my research, what is wrong, what is happening, and everything. So I have so many videos coming for you guys, but then this one has to go live for you guys to know. So for you, if you feel like, oh, you have passion to be an au pair, to be a babysitter, to be a nanny, this pathway is for you, and you have to do it the real legal way for you to actually get a job outside the country. But because really, when you actually see nanny jobs outside the country, they'll tell you no experience needed, no clinical needed. We don't hear you. I bet you. If at that, no experience needed, no anything needed, there are some certifications you have to do to make it look like you know what you are doing and you're not just coming to Japan. So, and that's what brings me to nanny/babysitter registration in Nigeria. So if you're watching this, if you're not in Nigerian, right, if you're not in Nigerian, check your home country, just type it on Google. Nanny registration in Ghana, nanny registration in Cameroon. So make sure you're registered with your body. So in that view, when you're registered, like I told you, once you're registered, they'll be giving you 7 things or 7 documents, right? So make sure the first thing is, if you know you want to travel out as a nanny, make sure you're registered with your organizing body in your home country. So in this organizing body, I'm talking about Nigeria now, right? So maybe when I say it, you have an idea of how your home country is like, right? So this nanny organization in Nigeria, they actually offer a nanny course, and this course actually runs for 2 weeks. It could be less, it could be more, depending on your time availability. And then this course, it can be online, it can be offline, depending on how you want it. But in Nigeria, their official site or their location is actually in Lagos. So if you know you are outside Lagos, that means you actually opt for online training, and you can decide to go to Lagos for it. So but then it is actually like a 2 weeks course. So in this course, what do they teach you? They teach you like 9 subjects or 9 topics or 9 trainings or anything. And I've actually gone through these topics that they will teach you, or these trainings that they will teach you. It is one and more of those things that you actually need to actually register, or you are supposed to have or know as a nanny, right? So these 9 courses they are teaching you, it is not limited to, they can teach you more, it is not limited to, but these ones I wrote it out. I'm comparing it to abroad standard. Show my dear, you understand? So the first one is routine and time management. Yeah, as a nanny, you have to learn how to manage your time, like if you're preparing a child for school and everything. Yeah, and then you should know the daily routine, the baby bath in the morning, afternoon, night. So the next one that is very, very important, that they don't joke with as a nanny, in fact, as any health professional you want to deal with babies or anything, is first aid certificate. And it's one of those things I'll be mentioning is first aid, right? First aid. So as a nanny, you must learn how to perform first aid, CPR, through your mouth, through your how you put mouth in my baby's mouth. Anyways, you must learn how to perform first aid as a nanny. So it's one of those things they are going to teach you. So the next one is safety. You know they don't joke with safety. In fact, you know that anything when it comes to children, safety is like number 1 thing that they don't joke with. So you have to learn safety, how to prevent the child from clinical, and again how safety, general child safety. You know that's the number 1 thing, they don't joke with it. If you don't have course in safety, God, don't even bother to be a nanny, because it's one of these things. So the next one is hygiene. Of course, you all know that children's immune system are not so developed, so it is very important for whoever will be taking care of them, their environment is at a very high hygienic level, so that you don't immunocompromise so that you don't immunocompromise the hygiene, the immunity of the child. You know that immune is just developing, so hygiene is another very important thing. You know all those hygiene things that when we're small, if you know you have younger ones, those time that when they want to give our younger brother, our younger baby brother or sister feeder, All those ones that they will first boil the bottle, they will use something to hold it like this, they will cover it, they will put all those disinfecting chemical. They will teach you. Then another one is avoiding transmission of disease. Yeah, it's very important. Like I've explained, that a baby's immune system is not yet developed. Like they don't even have immune system, they are just living on the grace of God. And so even when they teach you hygiene, this you have to prevent the transmission of HIV and tuberculosis. And this one will bring me to medical test. Most times, before somebody employ you as a nanny or take you as a nanny, they have to make you go through medical tests, because they don't want you to infect their child. They can make you to do series of tests because they don't want you to infect their child. So I don't know if you can be a nanny if you have this, immune, but they shall know that they shall teach you how to prevent the transmission of HIV or this thing. So another one that is on is that they will actually teach you that is actually important is nutrition and menu planning. Of course, for a baby now, you cannot be giving them ogi or pap. I don't know, Sha. Especially if it's all this busy mother and everything. So they have number of all this Cerelac. I know that most of this Cerelac, this Nanny milk, all these things, these are international brands. So even when they teach you in Nigeria how to portion Nanny milk, Cerelac and everything, so it's as if you're even learning. So even when you're doing your nanny interview, when you're mentioning Cerelac, when you're making baby food, they understand what you're talking about. Yeah, I remember when I was doing pediatrics in this thing, they taught us Nan. Nan is an international brand. It is widely known. Cerelac, I don't know if Cerelac is. I know of Nan milk. So they will teach you how to portion it, what you give a 2-month-old baby, what you give a 3-month-old baby, all those things. They will teach you their nutrition. So the next one analysis games and activities. I've not really seen this one as equivalence above, but then if you know it, it's actually important when you add it to your CV that you know about games and activities. You know all those things they will play with the baby, all these things to keep their psychological brain effective. All those things. Not all those ones that if you be training baby up, that one is not part of it. All those normal pleasure. So the next one my list is baby massage. You know in Nigeria too, they don't really do this one abroad. I don't know, but then you know if you know it's under good. You know those times that will just turn our parent, our grandmother. Those of you that were there when your grandma was training the child of your mother, of our mother. The way they used to massage baby, that they will put our hand like this, to do our hand like this. You know those things, to carry it up. Sometimes our grandmother will use one hand to carry his hand, do like this, and do like this. You will remember, well, I'm going to be more. All those massage, and sometimes you just have to massage them. You know, most times the babies are not moving, they stay in one place. You just put them in one place, and so sometimes if you don't move them, if you don't change them off, if you don't move them often, they can have bed sore. Bed sore is when you stay in a place for a long period of time. Even as adults, it happens to us. Sometimes when you sleep and you sleep for a long time, apa mama where. And that's because you've restricted blood flow. And that's why you see people turn like this. You see people turn like this. For those of you that you have younger ones, your mom will be like, you're going to turn that baby. So you turn them 5 minutes, you turn them again, just to balance things up. So then another thing that they watch teach you is housekeeping. And this one will bring me to most countries, some countries, you know that housekeeper is not eligible for visa sponsorship, because they feel like it's something that does not require skills, that you can get somebody in this country to come and why do you have to bring somebody from outside the country that this thing. So sometimes they just use that nanny to do boju and just slide it under the housekeeping. So if you're opting to go for a nanny, just know that you're going to be doing housekeeping. Just have it in mind. You're not just coming here to carry baby. Just have it in mind. You have to learn how to do housekeeping, and it is part of your job description. But then they cannot really declare it to the immigration because their housekeeper are not eligible for visa sponsorship, because it's like a minor job. They can actually easily get somebody out there. So once you're going for a nanny, you have to select housekeeping is actually part of your job description. So it's important to learn. But this housekeeping in their website, they say you have to come to Lagos to actually learn it, right? So like I told you, this course actually runs for 2 weeks, and in these 2 weeks you have 3 hours. In these 2 weeks you have 3 hours once a week. So every week 3 hours, every week 3 hours. But then like I told you, depending on your schedule, depending on it, you can do faster, you can do slower, it can be more, it can be anything. Of course, it's actually negotiable. So now then at the end of this course, they will be giving you 4 certificates. But then when I went through their website, when I read through and everything, and then I made comparison with international standard, I checked UK nanny requirements, I checked Netherlands, I checked these countries. At the end of the day, I'll tell you, this is 7 documents that you have to collect from them. So the first one that they are giving you is Nanny Nigerian Training Manual. So this one will actually keep your head in check, like maybe forget something, things you can check or anything, right? So the next one is Nanny Nigerian Certificate, and that one is like the most important. That is exactly why you are going for the course. So they'll be able to issue you a certificate that yes, so you are registered, you are a registered nanny in Nigeria, in your home country. Then the next thing is first aid manual. Like I explained to you, that manual, anything manual, is for you to go and check. You know, I don't know, most of us, there's this book in our house, a place where there's no doctor. Sometimes when you're sick, you know, you can't check that thing, you can't check what is check for headache or anything. So I said that manual thing is important. Maybe all this baby first aid, maybe if the child put their hand the door, you use rope to rub their hands, you give them paracetamol, those manual basic things. Yeah. Then the next one on my list is first aid certificate. Extremely important, extremely important. You have to need it. But the thing is, even this first aid and safety I'm talking about, right, in as much as you will do it in the nanny this thing and everything that they will teach you and everything, when you get outside the country, they are teaching you a new one, they are issuing you a new certificate. I hope you know that they don't really regard it like that to get, but then it's important to have it, just to set it like a step. Okay, this girl, you know what you are doing. So the next on my list is certificate of good standing, and this is one thing that people do not talk about. So once you're finishing your course, your education, your training, collect your certificate of good standing. What is certificate of good standing? Certificate of good standing is more like reference letter, but in local in Denmark, reference letter is like your employment will give you. Your employer cannot give you certificate of sponsor of good standing. The only person that can issue you certificate of good standing is your the organizing body, your licensed body. Because you know, when you actually do training, for example in Nigeria, let's say for a nurse, let me use nurse for example, that's one we are all familiar with. Let's say as a nurse now, they now ask you for, as a nurse in Nigeria, you can get reference letter, employment reference letter from your employer to show that you've been a good nurse, you're coming. But certificate of good standing, you have to collect it from Nursing and Midwifery Council in Nigeria. Why? Because they're the one that gave you that license to practice. So it's the person that is giving you certificate or license to practice, or the person that satisfies you, that has to give you, that can only give you that certificate of good standing. Because the thing is, when you register as a nanny, and then maybe you start working in Nigeria and you have experience, then you start throwing people's baby up and down, you know, they will withdraw your nanny certificate that you are not even qualified to have. So that is why it is only the organizing body, the registered body, that can actually offer you certificate of good standing. You get, just like testimonial in our primary school, when they give us testimonial that okay, we've been a good student. Exactly how it is. So you know that testimonial now, your teacher cannot give you testimonial, your principal cannot give you testimonial. The owner of this principal that used to give somebody, but then your biology teacher, so your biology teacher cannot give you testimonial, your French teacher cannot give you testimonial. It has to come from the school to check their record and see if they've had any bad report about you, if you've done anything, if you come to school or anything. So the only person that can give you certificate of good standing is the body. And that's why I said it is very important you register with the local council, local body registration center of your country, which is Nanny Nigeria. So if you're in Ghana, check for Nanny Ghana. Make sure you're registered with them so that they'll be able to give you that certificate. But the thing is, some of you might actually feel like, oh, it's just a 2 weeks course, and then you just do the training and then you collect certificate of good standing. You cannot collect certificate of good standing if you don't work. So they have to post you to a nanny place to where you can work as a nanny, maybe 3 months or anything, so that even when you now get a job outside the country and then you say you need your certificate of good standing, right, they'll be able to give you, because they're giving you based on, I hope you understand that. So certificate of good standing, you need experience, right? I guess so. So next one is reference letter, from your employer in Nigeria, or from your, you can't really get reference letter from the organization, because you don't work for them. So work reference letter, you have to get it from the person you're posted to work to. And again, the next one is experience. Like I told you, they say experience is not needed, but it's important you have experience. If they are bringing you from outside the country, like I've explained, when they are bringing somebody from outside the country, it is very rare to bring somebody that does not have experience, that does not have certification, that does not have it, because the home office, the visa person will be like, I don't understand, since you are bringing a blank person, why can't you get a blank person there? You get? So you have to be able to convince the home office that you're actually qualified for the job, that this is why they are bringing you. So experience, they'll tell you no experience needed, but experience is important. So that's why you have to go for training in Nanny Nigeria. This thing, you register with them. Once you're done, they can actually post you to go and do nanny in somebody's house or anything. Just use that one to like gain experience before you apply to travel abroad. So in my next video, I'll be talking about countries. I'll be talking about okay, so this is the basis. Once you have this basis, and then you are fine. So in my subsequent videos, I'm mentioning companies that is recruiting, how to apply, best country to migrate to, and everything. So make sure you stay subscribed. But then this one is the first step. There is no Abuja I'll not lie for you. There is no, if you know you want to go as a nanny, you have to do everything I've explained. So guys, if you like this video, make sure to stay subscribed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching, and bye.